social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Why am I so small? What's going on? Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. I wanted to jump in very quickly and do a members only live stream because I haven't done a members only in a while. I want to connect with the members only, make sure you feel the love. Make sure you feel the love. But boy, oh boy, we got some stuff to talk about, man. Fani is just collecting L's left and right, kind of like Pokemon. Like she's going around just collecting L's. Let me bring this in. Let's get started. Let's talk about it. And if I click on the link, it'll probably help out, right? There you go. Let's go. Here we go. YSL trial to end without any deletion convictions after defendants take plea deal. Remember that almost 5-year trial that we had here in Georgia, the YSL trial? Not a soul, not one solitary individual is being held account for this. Not one, not a one. No convictions. So the Drinks family, the Big Nuts family, none of them are going to get any kind of closure at all. None whatsoever. And remember, Fani was really proud. She was super confident that she was going to bring home the W. And lo and behold, not only did she not bring home a W, she's brought home a big, giant L. Let's go.
Away from the start of the second YSL gang and RICO trial, one of the remaining 3 co-defendants pleaded guilty in exchange for his most serious charge of murder being reduced. This has been an ongoing theme throughout this case, where the Fulton County District Attorney's Office has reduced major charges to wrap things up and get a conviction. Let's get out to Fox 5's Tyler Fingert. He was in the Fulton County courtroom for today's sentencing. Tyler's live in downtown Atlanta with today's new details. Tyler?
That's crazy.
Yeah, Tom, good afternoon to you. Demekion Garlington faced life in prison, but a guilty plea changed that. And now he could be released from prison in just about 2 years without a murder conviction on his record.
Wow.
All right, we're on the record.
It felt like deja vu in a Fulton County courtroom Wednesday afternoon as another defendant in the sweeping Young Slime Life gang case decided against a trial. Demekion Garlington entered a non-negotiated Elford plea, which allows him to plead guilty but maintain his innocence.
This is a sentencing hearing for Mr. Garlington.
Wednesday's sentencing came a day after Garlington pled guilty to 5 charges, including violating Georgia's RICO Act and aggravated assault. According to the indictment, prosecutors accused Garlington and members of YSL of operating as a violent street gang. They also accused him of murder and attempted murder, but both of those were dropped or reduced in exchange for a guilty plea. During the sentencing, prosecutors pushed for 45 years, with 20 of those in prison saying he was on probation at the time of these crimes.
So Mr. Garlington unfortunately never learned his lesson the first time around.
Garlington's defense team pushed back and tried to get him out today with 4 decades on probation. Fulton County Judge Paige Reese Whitaker ultimately decided to sentence him to 20 years to serve 5 in prison.
Good luck to you, and I hope not to ever see you again, because if you violate your probation, you're coming before me.
With credit for time served, Garlington could be out in about 2 years. His defense team says he plans to leave the area and start over.
It was a relief
That's smart.
to see Judge Whitaker come down the way she did on this ruling.
And Garlington was given a number of conditions, one of those being once he is out on probation, he's not allowed to be in Fulton County for the duration of it. With his case now wrapped up, the final 2 YSL co-defendants are set to stand trial next month. We're live in downtown Atlanta this afternoon. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Not one solitary conviction. Not one. All right, let's keep this going. I just want to check out all the different news outlets that have been reporting on this, and then we're going to look at another case that Fani's lost again. Fani is just losing. I don't think she's understanding the plot. The plot should be to win, or at least be successful. Like she's making claims and going after big fish, and she's losing left and right. And by the way, we know that she's still got Trump out there somewhere And I think that case is going to, I feel comfortable now. That case is lost as well. But let's bring this in. Let's go.
New developments in the YSL trial. We've learned that no one will be convicted of.
Did she have to wag her head when she said that? Did she have to say no one? Did she have to say that? Oh, watch what she does. She did not. That was mean. You didn't have to do that like that, girl. You did not have to do that like that.
YSL trial. We've learned that no one will be convicted of murder 3 years after Atlanta rapper Young Thug and 27 others were indicted on gang and racketeering charges in this huge RICO case. On Monday, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis dropped the only remaining murder charge after defendant Demise McMullen pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of aggravated assault. Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, went home on October 31st after pleading guilty to gang, drug, and gun charges. He remains on probation.
That is crazy. So not a single solitary W whatsoever. So let's bring this in because we're going to talk now about a case I had not heard about in a while, kind of forgot about it. I live here in Atlanta. I remember the case happening, but then you just kind of forget and you're like, okay, I guess nothing ever comes of it. Well, anyway, this case, there's something did come of it, and it was not what Fani Willis expected. Let's bring it in. Let's talk about it.
A federal judge dismissing murder charges against Sung Kim, a former Atlanta police officer who shot and killed Jimmy Atchison back in 2019.
Judge Michael Brown ruled Atchison's death a, quote, textbook self-defense case that should not move forward. But Atchison's family says, Atchison's family, as well as the Georgia NAACP, are calling now on the Fulton County District Attorney to appeal. 11 Alive's Grace King is live outside of the DA's office tonight. So, Grace, you spoke with Atchison's father earlier today. What did he have to say?
Well, his father, Jimmy Hill, said he's hurt and angry that a federal judge dismissed the charges against former officer Sung Kim. He says that decision should have been left up to a jury like the one that originally indicted Kim back in 2022. In 2019, Jimmy Hill lost his son, Jimmy Atchison, to gunfire.
He was full of excitement, full of joy, full of laughter.
6 years later, he worries he'll lose his quest for justice, too.
He was robbed of life. This is a broken system, and it needs to be fixed.
A federal judge dismissed all charges against Sung Kim Tuesday, the veteran Atlanta police officer who shot and killed Atchison while executing a warrant with an FBI Joint Task Force in 2019. The judge wrote the evidence for self-defense is so overwhelming, it's hard to understand how Georgia could have brought these charges in the first place, much less continued with them over the 2.5 years since. But Atchison's dad says his son was unarmed, hiding in a closet, and given conflicting commands.
I was in shock. I was hurt. I was angry. I was enraged. I was upset because you had all these different you had the inconsistencies in the stories.
A Fulton County grand jury indicted Kim on felony murder and involuntary manslaughter charges in 2022, but the case was eventually moved to federal court.
And it's like they're being overlooked and locked out. It's like what they say didn't matter.
Hill hopes District Attorney Fani Willis will appeal this new ruling so his son's case can stay alive.
Wrong is wrong no matter who says it. And it is wrong anymore to seek to escape the consequences of one act.
Kim retired from APD in 2019, but I did speak with his attorney, Don Samuel, over email today. He told me it's hard to celebrate when a young man is dead, but that this shows that it was an inexcusable abuse of prosecutorial discretion to prosecute in the first place. Live in Fulton County, Grace King, 11 Alive News.
All right, so that was like the most recent L that Fani is collecting, but don't have no fear. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. We're going to look at it again. So if you look this year, the Trump dismissal case, the YSL trial, as well as now this, everything that Fani Willis is known for nationwide as relates to large cases, she's losing. That's craziness. Let me bring in this last one real quick and we'll just get out of here. Again, thank you so much for your support of the channel. Thank you so much for rocking with us. So let's bring this in. Here goes our girl from earlier. She got something else to say. Here she goes. Let's go.
The Georgia NAACP is calling for Fulton County DA Fani Willis to appeal a federal judge's decision.
A judge dismissed all charges against an Atlanta police officer who was charged with shooting and killing Jimmy Atchison in 2019.
11 Alive's Karis Belger downtown with the latest for us this morning. Karis, we've heard from the Atchison family in the past. What are they saying about this recent announcement?
Well, for years, the family of Jimmy Atchison has waited for answers and for accountability. They're saying this latest decision has left them devastated, and now they have the support of local civil rights leaders. Sung Kim, a former Atlanta police officer deputized as part of a federal task force, shot and killed 21-year-old Jimmy Atchison during a 2019 raid in northwest Atlanta. Atchison, unarmed, was hiding in a closet at the end of a foot chase when Kim fired a single fatal shot. Federal Judge Michael Brown has now dismissed all criminal charges, ruling that Kim is protected by self-defense immunity and federal supremacy since he was acting as a federal officer at the time. 11 Alive spoke with Atchison's father, Jimmy Hill, about this. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Wrong is wrong no matter who says it. And it is wrong anymore to seek to escape the consequences of one act.
Now, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office says they are looking at this latest decision. They are considering all of their options. I also want to mention a federal civil rights lawsuit is still pending. In downtown Atlanta, I'm Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
Karis, thank you. And we heard from the DA's office that says it is reviewing the decision and considering next steps.
I don't think they're going to go for it again. I really don't. I think that silently, just my observation, Fani Willis has been collecting entirely too many L's. Now, of course, she's doing some good things. Let me make sure I do want to say she's not just derelict in all of her duties and responsibilities. There are things and statistics that are going in her favor. I mean, I've read statistics that crime and gang violence is down in Georgia, in Atlanta. I'm gonna give her credit for that. I'm sure there's other entities also involved in that, but I'm gonna give her credit for that. That's fine. But I do believe she's doing some good things. I just think these nationwide, these large scale events, these multiversal issues, she's not doing well. Nationwide, she's not. What is she doing nationwide? That's reached nationwide prominence. The Trump trial, the YSL. What has she done that has shown that, oh man, she definitely is doing a great job? And I didn't even remember this case with the police officer. So that one has slid under the radar too. It's kind of slid, has been going on and percolating. How many other L's do you think she's collected that are not nationwide? Again, this is crazy. But I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. This was just a members only. Just want to rock with y'all and say thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for all that you do to help this channel grow, all that you've done to help this channel become better and better each time. So I want to say thank you again for that. I really appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments, or you can email dearwokec@gmail.com. Let me know some other things you would like to see me improve on and ways that I can improve on, or content you want me to address. I'm looking forward to talking with y'all. Looking forward to rock with you all again. So until then, grace and peace. Take care.